everybody, it's Ivy, and today I'm going to show you how to achieve your very own flip over unit. I'm going to be showing you guys all my tips and tricks, so let's get right into it. So first, you're going to need a mannequin head. I like to use the size 22 because this is what matches my head. Place your mannequin head on your wig stand. If you guys are interested, I will have mine linked below. And I like using a mesh dome cap for my cap. Now I put this on kind of halfway and I pull the extra material in the middle down and I just pin it. Now the reason I do this is so the cap can fit snug like a half wig. If you were to skip this step, your half wig could be loose and baggy and too big for your head. So go ahead and put your cap halfway on, pinch it in the middle, and pin down that extra material. This is going to ensure everything fits nice and snug just like we want it to. And I do this all around my cap just until everything looks nice and snug. So it should look something like this. And this is how your cap should be sitting on your mannequin head. It should not be fully covering your mannequin head. So the hair we're using today is my raw Indian curly. I used almost 3.5 bundles, almost 4 in 28 inches. And when I tell y'all this hair, I love this type of curly raw texture. When I found this vendor, I was so happy. It's literally been years of me sourcing and trying to find the perfect texture, and I finally found it. So on our dome cap, I did draw out a guide. Okay, this is the guide I always use when making my flip over wig, and it's really easy. All you have to do is follow the guide. Literally sew your track on the lines that you drew on the cap. And I like to do my loop and pull method. It makes my tracks very secure. It keeps my wigs neat, and my wigs usually last for years. You want to make sure your stitches are secure, neat, close together. You want to make sure everything is neat and secure. That really ensures the longevity of your wig. As you can see here, I'm just doing the loop and pull method. This is how I always sew on all my tracks. I'm keeping those stitches tight and also consistent. It really helps using a wig stand so you can see what you're doing, and it helps you get through making the wig faster. Now at the edge of my wefts, like I said before, you want to make sure you secure it, and you can see me securing my wefts right here. You want to go ahead and fill in that area with more tracks, and you just want to continue to lay them horizontally until you reach your flip over area. Once you reach the flip over area, you should be laying your tracks vertically. Now I lay these vertically and super close together. You should be sewing these close together. Just follow your guideline and it shouldn't be hard at all. The flip over is a method that just takes a lot of patience. It's a really easy method. It just takes a lot of patience. And you want to make sure those tracks are very close together, like almost so close that they're almost overlapping, but not that close. As you can see, you might can see the track just underneath the one I'm sewing on, but that'll show you just how close it is together. And in the front, I always connect the tracks so everything can be super seamless. When you're making a flip over unit, never sew through the elastic, only sew through your mesh cap. If you sew through the elastic, your wig won't expand and it might be too small or too big, okay? So you just want to continue to lay those tracks vertically until you reach the end of our flip over area. This is the end, and we have about 2 to 3 more tracks to lay. You want to make sure you do these tracks very close together. Make your stitches very secure and neat because we are ending our flip over, and this is very important for a seamless look. Make sure you secure the edge and go ahead and lay your next track. And you just want to continue to attach your wefts together and sew securely and neatly. Now when you reach your last weft, you want to go ahead and sew that very close to the weft on the opposite side. I'm going through the stitches of the opposite weft and I'm connecting it with the new weft that I'm sewing on the cap. And this is how I go ahead and close out my flip over. This way everything is seamless. You can flip it either way and there's no line of demarcation. It's really seamless. And you just want to continue to sew that. Continue to sew it till you reach the edge. Make sure you make your stitches very close together and make sure you secure it, okay? As you can see, it should look just like this. Go ahead and cut that weft and you want to go in and secure it one more time with another knot, and I am connecting it to the other weft underneath it. And that's it, you guys. It's really simple. It just takes a lot of patience. Go ahead and cut your thread, and this is how everything should look. So nice and seamless. You can't even tell where your tracks start or end. Okay, so I am ready to install this beautiful unit. So first I want to show you my braid pattern and my leave out. So I did do a perimeter braid, and in the back I just did 6 jumbo braids, and you want to have a tiny bit of leave out. On my unit I did add wig combs. I will link it below where I got these. I put combs all around my unit just to make sure everything is nice and secure when I go to put it on my head. So I just slid my wig on and I attached my combs right into that perimeter braid, okay? That's gonna make everything super secure, and as you can see, look how seamless that is. So just go ahead and slide your combs into your perimeter braid. It's gonna feel nice and comfortable and secure, no tension, no pain. Y'all, I was so happy with this unit and how it turned out. I'm so happy with this hair. Now we're gonna go ahead and blend our leave out. Now you can use heat-free options, but I like to, y'all know I use too much heat. I need to stop. But I like to take my pencil flat iron and I just go in and do small spiral curls all around my perimeter leave out area. And this is how I like to blend my flip overs. It just seems to blend so seamless every time I do the little curls. I just take my time and do the curls all over. Now you can always use you know, like flexi rods or rollers. So now I'm gonna go in and co-wash the hair, and now I'm gonna add some Vigorol curl mousse onto the hair. I wanted to see the curl definition with a little bit of mousse in it, and right now I'm just scrunching the hair before I go in and diffuse it. If you guys are interested in my diffuser, I will have it linked below. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to diffuse my hair and get everything nice and dry. And another thing I noticed about this raw hair, the more I co-wash it, the curlier it gets. I am going to do a separate video and give you guys more information about the hair. But this is the finished look. Look at that, y'all. So much body, so much volume. The key to the flip over is it's supposed to be like fluffy and voluminous. It's not supposed to be flat or, you know, hard. It should be soft and flowy, just like this. And I love this texture so much. It's the perfect balance between curls and waves. If you guys are interested in this hair, or if you're interested in getting your own flip over unit made by me, go ahead and email me. All the details and all links will be below. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. Please don't forget to thumb this up, comment below, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys in the next video.